Welcome back. Democratic Senators Al Franken and Chuck Schumer a bit frustrated when asked about their involvement in a letter and letters encouraging the IRS to audit conservative groups. Listen.
You think you should be at the witness table for the IRS, considering you've pressed the agency to... Sorry. Were your letters to blame at all, Senator Schumer? You wrote two?
The man behind those interviews is New York Times bestselling author and radio host Jason Mattera. He joins us from Virginia Beach. Welcome to Fox and Friends, Jason.
Hey, good morning, Mike.
Good morning to you. So tell me about the letters. Who were the letters sent to, and when were they sent?
Yeah, well, there were multiple letters where Al Franken, Chuck Schumer, and 5 of their Democrat colleagues in the Senate wrote in February of 2012, then again in March 2012, asking the IRS to crack down on what they said political organizations who were set up as 501c4s. And we know who they were targeting. They were Americans for Prosperity, Crossroads GPS, other Tea Party-related organizations. In fact, it even goes back to 2010, where Senator Max Baucus started to request the IRS look and investigate these organizations. And in fact, the wording they were using was calling for investigation. So in February 2012, you had Chuck Schumer and Al Franken saying, does the IRS plan to investigate, or are they investigating these 501c4s?
Okay,
so one can say, wasn't the IRS doing exactly what Senate Democrats asked them to do?
So you have proof that these letters were sent, and so you wanted to ask them about it. Let's start with your interview, so to speak, with Chuck Schumer. Here it is.
Were your letters to blame at all, Senator Schumer? You wrote two?
Good for her.
Nothing, Senator Schumer?
So they were saying that they were trying to stop these tax code violations. What do you think they were doing?
I think it's pretty clear now what they were doing in targeting their opponents during an election year to try to stop them from organizing opponents of Barack Obama. And now the IRS has essentially admitted this. Even the New York Times said that the IRS was caught between an election year stunt, essentially between the Democrats pushing for these types of investigations and conservatives alleging a politically charged witch hunt. And now we know it was a politically charged witch hunt. And look at Chuck Schumer. I mean, he probably was never expecting to be asked this type of question from, certainly not from the boy band media in Washington, D.C.
Senator
But
Franken,
I do think Chuck,
Senator Franken probably wasn't expecting you to walk up and do this. Watch.
Since you pressed the agency to...
Guys, we're running
real question.
We're running really late for a meeting. We really don't talk to national press unless we have any.
Be at the witness table, considering you asked the agency to investigate conservative groups twice?
I did not ask.
You wrote 2 letters to the IRS, asked them to probe.
Unfortunately, we're running really behind for
conservative
a
nonprofits.
meeting.
Well, he says he didn't, Jason.
Except we have just written proof. Al Franken was taking the White House defense. We're just going to deny. But yeah, we know Al Franken sent letters requesting an investigation into conservative groups. And that's what exactly happened. So as Democrats feign outrage over an IRS scandal, they were particularly to blame, I think, or at least contributed in the IRS targeting conservative nonprofits.
All right, keep up your work there, Jason. Thanks for joining us on this Sunday morning.
You got it, Mike.